Right now, it is very hard to be an altcoin holder. And the reason why is because we are still stuck in this Bitcoin prison that is holding altcoins hostage, just waiting for something to officially happen. And during this entire time, altcoins like XDC are getting completely slaughtered. And I want you guys to not so much focus on the price action because you got to remember all of this is still tied back to Bitcoin. We're still in a hype and speculative market. Utility doesn't matter much at all right now. So during this point, the number one thing to really kind of focus on is what these projects are doing, what they're becoming, how are they expanding, how are they developing, and are they actually putting in any work and effort? Because these are the types of projects that long term will be very, very successful, especially as regulations are knocking on our door. So, with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's dive on in to some of these recent events that XinFin has been at. This one is actually RackDAO Building the Future Conference. This is a great event because it is fully focused on DAOs, blockchain, tokenization, crucial pieces of the space that are, needed for these networks to really kind of be successful. They actually put a breakdown here that they signed an MOU with RackDAO, launching a partnership for an acceleration program to bring more dApps onto the XDC network, which, by the way, the XDC network definitely needs a lot more dApps. I love to see this happening. This is a big problem with a lot of these networks. They almost are like a ghost town. In fact, I recently made a video on Casper after all of the big, news around Prove AI and the CEO screwing us over, right? The number one problem with Casper, though, as well, was that there wasn't a lot of dApps on the network. It was basically a ghost town. And I love a lot of these projects like XinFin that are actually pushing forward and signing partnerships like this one with RackDAO to actually bring a lot more dApps onto the network. And this is also going to help companies register within Rack. This collaboration is set to empower the digital economy and support Web3 development in the region. A team member from the XDC network was also featured in an insightful interview with Web3 TV at our booth, sharing our journey and the promising future for blockchain applications. So, again, very exciting stuff. I think that this is great. And again, it does show you that the network is going to continue to expand and grow. I'm very excited about a lot of these new use cases coming to the network. Mainly, I am looking at DeFi, gaming, some retail ones, right? Because you got to keep the retail market happy while we wait for the enterprise market to grow. But also, XDC Network at Plug and Play APAC Summit 2024. Their head of ventures ecosystem at XDC Network is connecting with innovators and industry leaders at the Plug and Play APAC Summit. Got to remember that they did sign that partnership with Plug and Play. This is also to grow the ecosystem and accelerate the growth as well. So very exciting stuff. And also, did you ever notice at a lot of these events, the names that are behind these events? Some very large players, even in the Web 2 space as well. So love to see that. And again, a lot of this is still kind of focused on enterprise, but also even retail as well. I'm actually very excited about the partnership with Plug and Play because, again, this is growing the network, bringing even more, developers to the network, technically more users through more dApps. But initially, it's developers, dApps, then the users. But love to see it. Now, also, XDC Network participated in the ITFA ANZ Supply Chain Industry Summit in Sydney, held at the stunning Macquarie Group HQ. It was a day filled with enriching discussions on the future of trade finance, digitalization, and the role of AI in transforming supply chains, which is still ongoing. This is a very big deal, especially in Australia. It seems as though Australia is really kind of beginning to shine in these areas where, digitalization is becoming a real deal. But here we have Sean of the Web3 represent XDC Network during the digitalization and interoperability panel alongside industry experts. And this was moderated by ANZ. Their insightful conversation shed light on the ways blockchain, AI, and interoperability are reshaping the future of trade finance. Now, if we actually take a look at some of these screenshots, we could see, of course, XDC Network being front and center. If we scroll to the right side, we have, and let me actually open this up in a new tab just so that you guys can kind of see this better. We have trade digitalization and interoperability. Again, this is the main topic here, but on the right side, we also have trade digitalization and also interoperability. Then on the next side, or the next slide here, we have just a few of the names here: XDC, ANZ, again, ANZ is one of the largest banks in Australia for those that actually don't know. And of course, you have a few other screenshots here of just the event. So again, a great event, great topics, great discussions. We already know trade digitalization is becoming a very hot topic right now around the world. So love to see it. Also, Blockchain Life 2024, another great event. All of these, by the way, in the last month. This is discussions on tokenization, DeFi as well, stable coins. Love to see it. And if we actually look at the event, again, some great names at this event, great discussions, great topics as well. And then, also over here, you have a few other names. But again, these events are great for getting XDC's name out there, growing the community as well. And even over here, we have a few other ones upcoming. Hong Kong FinTech Week, Binance Blockchain Week as well. These are in just the last month. I mean, it's been event after event after event for XDC. So again, this is growing the recognition. It's putting a lot more eyes on XDC. It's also bringing a lot more developers and technically even users to the network as well. So love to see this. Now, also addressing the big news, Impel. So Impel is now dissolved. We have the Impel entity has been dissolved and no longer exists. Our solutions were reassigned to other XDC Network organizations as follows. R3 Corda XDC Network Bridge went to SBI XDC, and then also ISO 2022 API went to XDC Official. Now, a lot of people were saying that this is a bad thing. Actually, it's very bullish. And I do think that it has to do with the fact that R3 is now looking to potentially be selling. So they're looking for a sale. They want to sell it. And this is most likely why we're now starting to see some pivots happening in the space. Also over here, we have from XDC co-founder, the payments use case of XDC has moved past beyond just R3. It is designed to work with multi-platform, including Swift. Keep an eye on the website and social handles for Unveil XDC for payments. So very exciting stuff. Again, we already know that Swift is involved with XDC through a lot of their trade finance initiatives. I believe Trade Phoenix was the one that was tapped in with Swift already. So it makes sense for this to go beyond R3, potentially have, Swift tied into this as well. I actually think that this is very bullish. I saw a lot of people kind of, speculating on if it was bad or not. I actually think that this is pretty good. It's nothing to be concerned about at all. This is just mainly because I assume R3 is looking to sell. So again, very good stuff. Now, also, I got to give a big shout out to Generation Infinity. They put out a great post, and it was regarding all of the recent updates happening around XDC. This just got posted just the other day. We have RWA Accelerator, Plug and Play. Like I said, they're a big player here. Finternet Accelerator, T-Hub. Then, of course, if we go back over here, we also have the RackDAO Accelerator as well. So 3 accelerators that are pushing the ecosystem further. Love it. Subnets and interoperability, DAO governance framework, XDC DAO, and then XDC 2.0 launch. So yes, XDC 2.0 did launch. I went and summarized this over here. So we have summary of XDC 2.0 upgrade announcement on September 30th. The XDC network completed its XDC 2.0 upgrade, marking a major advancement in security, forensic monitoring, and subnet architecture. This upgrade, developed over 2 years and tested extensively, is the most significant since the network's inception. Key features of XDC 2.0 enhanced security and governance, privacy features for institutional adoption, scalability with XDC subnets as well. So all 3 of these features are going to boost institutional adoption, boost enterprise adoption, and also even boost retail adoption. We also have future opportunities. The upgrade enhances cross-chain interoperability, supporting applications in decentralized finance and other sectors. The network anticipates ongoing innovation as more users engage with its technology. Programs for startups. XDC has launched several initiatives, including, of course, the RWA Accelerator Program. We already talked about it. Plug and Play, right? Then the Finternet Accelerator Program as well, targeting MVP-ready startups in India. This initiative offers resources and mentorship to bolster the local startup ecosystem. So applications for that, for the RWA Accelerator Program, are open until November 15th, inviting startups to participate in the evolving blockchain landscape. Again, I do think that XDC is becoming a very legitimate, very large project as well. that's kind of overlooked. I recently talked about this with XLM. Actually, XLM is extremely overlooked. A lot of people don't pay attention to it. I think that they should. And the same goes with XDC. XDC has a very unique use case behind it. I think that it will be a big player. And already from all of these big updates and all of the big events, we are starting to see adoption kicking up with XDC. I talked about it. This is before I had surgery, right? I told you guys about XDC having a lot of these integrations within the network. It was a lot of great, new use cases being tapped in. And even more recently, we saw this ignite. Over here, we have XDC Foundation and Vital Vita join forces to revolutionize fitness and wellness. It is a pioneering AI-driven fitness ecosystem, announced a strategic partnership to integrate XDC Chain to our AI-powered fitness solutions. And they do mention XDC Foundation, a cutting-edge hybrid blockchain platform. VV Fit, a pioneering AI-driven fitness ecosystem, proudly announced a groundbreaking partnership. This trifecta of innovation converges blockchain, AI, and fitness expertise to redefine the wellness landscape. And then also over here, we have Inspect is on layer 2 for X and now brings its powerful analytics tools to the XDC network. This partnership means every token and NFT on the XDC network can now be easily accessed and tracked via the Inspect browser plugin. With over 300,000 users, this extension effortlessly reveals comprehensive details like collection info, rarity, and trade history, all within X. With Inspect's integration, users can dive into the details of XDC Network's tokens and NFTs directly from X, whether it's checking transaction histories, monitoring market trends, or assessing the rarity of an NFT. For a browser view, the Inspect web dashboard provides in-depth analytics, offering insights into the XDC Network's ecosystem. Again, another great integration. And then last but not least, here we have from Panenka FC, we've reached a major milestone. We're proud to announce the successful deployment of our first game rooms on XDC mainnet network. This achievement marks a significant step forward in our XDC or XinFin official integration. XDC is a layer 1 EVM. They do just really break it down. We are hereby inviting all football fans and our loyal community to test the game rooms and share any valuable feedback. And again, this is exactly what we want to see. These are retail use cases growing on the network. From this to even the Inspect and even the Vital Vita, all of this is centered on retail. And outside of retail, yes, we know enterprise and institutional focus is still a big thing for XDC. And this is also through the digitalization of trade finance, even DeFi initiatives. I think that right now, currently, a lot of people are caught up in just the fact that they're not rich yet. And I get that, right? Like, we want these altcoins to go crazy. We want to make a ton of money. But also during this time, the best way to use your time and use, brain power is to do research. Research what's happening. Look into the networks. Are they growing? Are they becoming a much bigger deal than they were, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago? And think about where they're going to be in another 3, 6 months, 12 months. With everything that's happening around XDC, they are making sure that all the pillars are in place to be an absolute powerhouse, not just for enterprises and institutions, but also for retail. And even a lot of these upgrades that we are now seeing with XDC 2.0, it's to make sure that the network is not only future-proof, but it's also extremely secure, it's reliable, and, these major players like banks, for example, can trust the network. I'm very excited about the future for XDC. I think that this is definitely going to be one of those big projects that a lot of people really look back on and say it was obvious. Right now we are still going through turbulent times. The Casper news definitely was a big blow. A lot of altcoins are getting slaughtered right now because of Bitcoin, but I'm still more than ever focused on utility because it will matter. Right now, it's a joke. Nobody cares about utility, and I get that. But in hindsight, when we are, 2 years down the road and regulations are in place and every enterprise and institution is pushing blockchain tech, DLT tech, and more users are jumping on in, guess what? At that point, it's going to pay off by doing the research, by looking into these projects, by, looking like the fool early on, knowing that long term, you will look like a genius. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.